Hello, my name's Aishling, and today I'm going to read you a story about a little kind hedgehog. And the name of this story is One Snowy Night, and it is written and illustrated by Christina Butler and Tina Macnaughton. And the publishers are in here, so it's published by Little Tiger Press London. So this is a story about a little hedgehog, and it's called One Snowy Night. Will we see what happens? So, the cold wind woke little hedgehog from his deep winter sleep. It blew his blanket of leaves high into the air and he shivered in the snow. He tried to sleep again, but it was far too cold. And suddenly, something fell from the sky. I wonder what it was. Oh, this is the little hedgehog. He's looking up at the sky to see what fell from the sky. Will we find out? So, boop! It landed right in front of his nose. And it was a parcel, and this parcel had his name on it, and it said, "To Little Hedgehog, with love from Father Christmas." I wonder what it is. So the little hedgehog opened the parcel as fast as he could, and inside was a red woolly bobble hat, hedgehog size. And he put it on at once, and he pulled it to the back, and he pulled it to the front, and he pulled it to one side and then he pulled it to the other. And what happened? But no matter how he stretched it to fit, his prickles got in the way every time. By now the hat was far too big for a little hedgehog. So he took it off and he gazed at it until at last he had an idea. So this is the hedgehog with his little red bobble hat. So I wonder what his idea was. So he gave the hat a shake and wrapped it up again, and he tore a bit off the label and wrote on the rest. And then he ran to Rabbit's house, and Rabbit was out, so he left the present on the doorstep. So there's the hedgehog leaving his present on the doorstep. And it was snowing hard as little hedgehog tried to find his way back home, and the snowflakes flew all around and he wasn't sure which way to go. Oh dear, he said as he pattered to and fro. I shouldn't have come out in this weather, but I'm sure Rabbit will be pleased to have a nice woolly hat to wear. Poor little hedgehog, he's trying to find his way home. And there's the rabbit on his way back to his home. So, bother the snow, said Rabbit, rushing home. And then he spotted the parcel lying on his doorstep. What's this? He squeaked with delight, ripping off the paper. Oh, a bobble hat, he cried. For me? He's so happy he got a present. And he put it on at once. He tried it with his ears inside, and then he tried it with them outside, and he pulled it this way and he pulled it that way, and no matter how he stretched it to fit his ears just got in the way every time. By now the hat was very much bigger. It was far too big for a rabbit. So Rabbit wrapped up the hat once again, and he wrote on a corner of the label, and then he went off to Badger's house. And the cold weather made Badger very grumpy. "Happy Christmas, Badger," shouted Rabbit. "Who's there?" growled Badger. "Happy Christmas," repeated Rabbit. And he gave Badger the parcel. So, "A Christmas present," said Badger. "For me?" There's a nice Badger there. And Badger put the hat on and he pulled it down over his ears. "What about that?" he said, looking in the mirror. "Very nice," said Rabbit. "What did you say?" said Badger. "Very nice," yelled Rabbit, hopping off. Here's the little rabbit. He thinks the hat is really nice on Badger. So, "Don't you like it?" asked Badger, turning around, but Rabbit had gone. And Badger took the hat off. "This is no good to me," he said. "I can't hear a thing. What a pity, it's such a nice colour." It is a nice colour, it's a lovely red hat. So Badger wrapped up the parcel and marched off to Fox's house. And he didn't bother putting a label on it. So, Fox was going out exploring. "Here you are, my friend," said Badger merrily. "A Christmas present, especially for you." "Christmas?" snapped Fox, puzzled. "Yes, Christmas," said Badger. time to be nice to each other, and he plodded off. So, a hat, sneered Fox, opening the parcel. What do I want with a hat? Then he looked again, and he made 2 holes in it for his ears, and he put it on. And satisfied, he went on his way. So the fox is really clever. So he made 2 holes in the hat for his ears. It looks very nice on him. So, what happened next? The white fields twinkled in the moonlight, and Fox sniffed around and found a small trail. And he followed it this way and that way until suddenly it stopped. And there was something under the snow. So here's the fox. He's following the trail, a little trail of tiny little footprints in the snow. So there was something under the snow. I wonder what it was. So the fox began to dig and dig until he found a small hedgehog. And it was cold and it did not move. The poor little fellow, said Fox. He put the hedgehog inside the red woolly hat and carried it to Rabbit's house. The poor little hedgehog. So there he is inside the hat. And Rabbit and Badger were having supper. Look what I found in the snow, cried Fox, bursting in, and they all looked into the hat, says Rabbit and Badger. And a hedgehog, said Badger. What's a hedgehog doing out at Christmas time? He should be fast asleep. It's my friend, little hedgehog, cried Rabbit. He must have got lost going home in the snow. Little hedgehog opened his eyes. Hello, he said sleepily. Oh, this is such a lovely warm blanket. There he is in his little red bobbly hat. And the friends all looked at each other, and Rabbit grinned and Fox scratched his head. Said Badger. I think this woolly hat is just right for little hedgehog. Happy Christmas, little hedgehog, they all cried. But little hedgehog, he was fast asleep. The little hedgehog, oh, he's so cute, he's fast asleep. And he's really cozy in his little hat. So they all looked after the little hedgehog in the end. I hope you liked that story.